All right, we are live and recording, so hope you guys are having a great day. Today, we're going to dive into 6 things that are going to dramatically improve your fat loss and have improved my fat loss or my results or my progress really in anything throughout my entire life. So this is going to be really helpful for you. We're going to really dive just straight in, honestly. Not going to go through any kind of introduction or anything. It's been a great week. Great week with clients, client check-ins, tons of them this week, and also a handful of new one-on-one clients getting started, along with the iThrive Collective, with the weekly Q&As in there, and everyone crushing it in there. And not gonna lie, it's been tough finding time to come live in here in this free group twice a week, just because of all the work I have with my one-on-one clients, plus everyone who's in the iThrive Collective, making workouts for them, giving them nutrition advice and all this stuff. But I've been trying to make it work because I really appreciate all you guys, even in this free group. And I want to keep continuing to do these lives twice a week for you guys and providing value and helping you guys out. So 6 different things that are going to dramatically improve your fat loss. And then I have a little bit of an announcement, actually a big announcement at the end of this. So number 1 is to have a solid workout plan. I know you're probably hearing this and you're saying, duh, like obviously I need a solid workout plan to see the best results. But a lot of you just don't. And because I've gotten on numerous calls with a lot of you in this group, a lot of people who ended up signing up for one-on-one coaching or joined the iThrive Collective, or even people, who just stayed in the free group, which is fine. But when I ask about your workouts, it's always like, hey, I have these handful of workouts, these workout videos that I do here and there. Sometimes I do them twice a week. Sometimes I do them 3 times a week. A lot of times they're different workouts. Sometimes I'll choose random Peloton workouts to do, or I'll go to random workout classes throughout the week. And while those workouts serve the benefit of improving your health and, getting your heart rate up, and the health benefits that come along with that, when it comes to changing your body composition and fat loss, you want a more structured routine. You want a workout plan that is one where you are going to be able to consistently do the workouts week to week. So if you're always bouncing around from some weeks doing 3, some weeks doing 4, some weeks doing 2, and they are like lifting based workouts, and you're always like switching up the amount of days you do, you need to just commit to, okay, I'm going to commit to 3 lifting days. That way I can structure it in a way where I'm hitting each muscle group twice per week. I'm having progressive overload built in. You're doing the same exercises week to week to progress on them and get stronger in them, whether it's adding more weight or adding more reps. You want to commit to something like that and do that. And ideally, it'll be a workout plan where maybe every 4 weeks you're not changing exercises up, but maybe you're decreasing the rep range or changing the rep range and progressing that way. So like all of these random workout classes, all these random HIIT classes, all of this just like all over the place, just activity, it's good for just overall staying healthy. But if you've been struggling to lose body fat, to lose weight, and to see the body composition changes that you want, like maybe you've lost a little bit of weight, but like your glutes just aren't popping like you want them to pop, or you feel like you don't see the muscle definition in your arms still, like you need a more structured routine where it's just actually like built by a professional and not just random workouts, thrown together. So that is number 1. You need a structured routine where you can progressively overload week to week, month to month that is actually going to yield building muscle, or at least keeping the muscle you have around and not just geared towards burning calories. Number 2 thing that you need is you need to know what your body needs to lose body fat. And what I mean by that is specifically the calories and the protein range for your body and what your body responds best to. And you need to know how to navigate these 3 phases that I talk about all the time in my content with my one-on-one clients, in the collective, in the podcast here, in the live videos, where you build your calories up to kind of prime your body and prime your mind for fat loss, and then go into an intentional fat loss phase with 1 to 2 maintenance days probably sprinkled in each week for a little bit more flexibility, with diet breaks and maintenance phases every 8-ish weeks or so. Like that's the blueprint for sustainably losing fat effectively long term. And you need to know what your body needs for that. You can't just rely on quote unquote eating healthy, or I'm going to start eating more fruits and vegetables. And that stuff might accidentally get you there, but it's not going to be sustainable long term, because when you end up plateauing, you're not going to really have an idea of what specific adjustment to make. Like if your idea of trying to go on a fat loss diet is just eating healthier, and that's the kind of vague way you're thinking about this, when you plateau and your fat loss or weight loss stalls, what adjustment are you going to make? Are you going to just tell yourself, okay, I'm going to eat healthier? Maybe, and maybe you can kind of like vaguely have an idea in your mind of what that means. But then what if you plateau again? Are you just going to eat healthier and just keep going down that rabbit hole over and over to where eventually you have literally no processed foods in your diet? But then what if you still plateau after that? What if you're not eating any processed foods, no fast foods, not eating out at all, not really having any kind of like flexible lifestyle with it, and you still aren't seeing fat loss? What will you do from there? So this is why having a specific approach to your body and the amount of, and like figuring out and knowing the amount of calories that your body responds to, how to implement these diet breaks, these fat loss phases, these maintenance days sprinkled in, these priming phases, that is the key. Because without that, you're just kind of guessing and relying on just intuition, and relying on intuition when it comes to fat loss, especially when, you know, things start to plateau, is a recipe for disaster. Thing number 3 that you need to be successful is community support. So this kind of brings me back to a story too. When I was first kind of starting my business and figuring out, okay, what's the best way to kind of showcase my coaching skills? What's the best way to get clients results? What's the best way to put myself out there so more people saw my stuff so I could help more people? And I felt really lost on my own trying to figure this out. And then it was early 2021 when I finally passed my registered dietitian exam and became a full-time coach and kind of took a chance on myself. I signed up for this business mentorship, which is basically a bunch of fitness coaches getting together and learning how to actually grow their businesses sustainably and produce better results for their clients. And being in that mentorship, regardless of what I learned in there, was so valuable because I was surrounded by people who all were looking to achieve the same thing. They were all trying to build their businesses, help more people, get people more results, and do what they loved for a living, and do it, you know, in a good moral way, right? Like there's obviously a lot of sleazy people out there, which is unfortunate, but I was surrounded by those types of people who wanted to do good and were all on the same path and all had the same struggles too. Like they were beginning of their businesses. They didn't have that many clients. They were unsure of how to do this or that and how to even process payments or this. And, you know, if you are in the beginning of your fitness or fat loss journey and there's nobody around you doing the same thing, especially like when we talk about these specifics with your priming phase and fat loss phases, if there's nobody near you who's going through that process, it makes it really difficult for you to follow through and do it because you feel like you're on an island and you feel like you're alone. And if you're surrounded by like family or friends or your partner or spouse, and they have no interest in doing this kind of fitness lifestyle, this fat loss lifestyle that you're trying to implement, it's going to feel really easy to be like, yeah, you know, I guess like this is kind of stupid. Maybe I shouldn't do this, or like this probably isn't going to work, or you know, I don't feel as motivated because I just feel so alone throughout this process. So putting yourself into a community and being surrounded by people who are on the same path, looking to achieve the same things, can make such a big difference. And maybe it's even just being in this group or being in another group or whatever it is, but seeing other people post about their journey and the things they're overcoming, or even the things that they're struggling with that are similar to you, makes such a difference, because then you can learn from them too of how they are overcoming it. And, oh, like this person did this and this really worked. I'm going to try that. Oh, it worked. And then you start to connect too with those people. So having a community of people who are all looking to do the same thing is so valuable. And people don't think about that enough. And they think about, you know, going about this alone a lot. And it's just not the way to go about it if you want to increase the risk of you being successful. Thing number 4 that you need, and I'm throwing up random numbers, fingers here, which probably don't even correlate to the number that I'm on, but thing number 4 that you need is you need simple food and meal ideas. And you need to know how to put meals together that are very simple, that check off the boxes you need, that are not complicated. Back when I started my fat loss journey, I would Google healthy recipe ideas constantly and try to find like the magic formula, the magic recipe that I liked. I tried this like weird concoction even back in high school where it was like cottage cheese, peanut butter, sugar-free syrup, and a bunch of random stuff. But then I also in college bought this, like, I think it was like this Beachbody P90X cookbook or something with a bunch of healthy recipes and quote unquote healthy recipes. And while it was maybe helpful and the foods did taste good, the recipes were like 30 ingredients long. And there were so many things I had to buy from the grocery store in order to put these recipes together. And it took so much mental thought of, okay, I got to grab this. I got to grab this. I got to grab this. And then also like a lot of this stuff went old because when I bought them, I couldn't buy them in the exact amount that I needed for the recipe. So I'd make the recipe and maybe I didn't have enough to make double the recipe. So I had some left over of these ingredients and then I didn't end up using it for the next week or two and then it went bad. So it cost me a lot of money, cost me a lot of time, cost me a lot of mental thought. And then it was a pain in the ass, to be honest, to actually cook these recipes because there were so many ingredients to them. So you need really simple go-to meals that you can lean on, especially when you're busy. Like we're all busy and I don't have time to make recipes that are 30 ingredients long. You might, if you're somebody who likes to cook, but I don't. And I'm going to guess probably a lot of you don't. So you need easy and simple meal ideas where it's like, okay, here's my protein component, here's my carb component, here's my vegetable or fruit. I can put those together in these amounts, boom, done. Especially like really convenient options where you can just take on the go. Thing number 5 that you need is some kind of external, I guess, motivation or inspiration. Now, we need internal motivation and inspiration to really succeed long term, but external motivation and inspiration can help us a lot too, especially in the beginning. So you need something that will get you started to actually start completing the tasks that you need to see progress. Because you can't just be motivated to like lose weight. You can't be motivated to lose fat. You can't be motivated to get leaner. Like you can desire those things, but you can't be motivated to actually do them because they're not things that you actually do. You don't actually lose weight. You don't actually lose fat. You don't actually get leaner. What you do is you go to the gym and work out or work out at home, and that eventually gets you leaner. But the act that you're actually doing is the workouts. Going for walks, hitting your step goal. That is another thing that you can actively like do. Putting together meals where you have, a protein, a carb, a fruit and vegetable, like that kind of format in the right amount so you hit your calorie and protein goal at the end of the day. That's like an action that you take. And those actions, getting good sleep, getting your walk in, hitting your step goal, getting your workout in, having that meal format, hitting your calorie and protein goal, like those things are actual tasks that you can do that result in losing fat or getting leaner. So those are the things you have to focus on. So you want to look for ways to get motivated to check off those boxes, whether it be any kind of challenge you can participate in, wink, wink. We have a challenge coming up in that Thrive Collective next week. We do them every single month, but some kind of challenge that you can do to get you motivated to do those actual actions. Maybe it's like you rewarding yourself, like every time you walk 5 days in a row, you, give yourself the freedom to like go buy a new something or whatever it is. But you need some kind of external motivation to actually get you to do the daily tasks and actions. And maybe even just physically like checking something off is like gives you that positive reinforcement you need. I know a lot of people are like visual and just actively checking a box off or putting an X in a calendar, like a green X or whatever it is, like feels really good. So, but you need something externally to get you to actually do the boring tasks, like the workouts, putting your meals together, the walks, all of that. You need something to push you to do that. Number 6, and this is really, really key, is you need guidance in some way from somebody else who's been where you were and has gotten to where you want to be, that where they can help you when you run into roadblocks, or you start to maybe sabotage yourself, or you start to second guess the process or second guess yourself. And this could be in the form of somebody that you follow on social media that's constantly posting advice. Could be this Facebook group here, could be the I Thrive Collective, but you need somebody, or it could be one-on-one coaching, right, with somebody too. But you need somebody who's been through the journey that you've been through, who has gone through a lot of these struggles, to, like I said, ask for advice, to ask for support when you feel like giving up, and to also paint the vision of what the next, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, or whatever, however long could look like for you. Because if you're in this position where you've never lost the weight and you've been trying for years and years, it feels like it's not possible. And you yourself cannot really imagine what it would be like 6 months from now to be down 20 pounds and keep it off, or a year from now to be down 40 pounds and keep it off. You can't really visualize what that's like because you've never experienced it. But somebody else, some kind of guide or mentor who's been where you want to be or is there now, they can kind of see long term. And this is how I feel with my clients too. Like when they sign on and they feel like, oh, the scale didn't go down this week or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but you're down 10 pounds in like 3 months. If we just keep going at this pace for another 3 months, you're going to be down 20 pounds. And another 3 months after that, you're going to be down 30 pounds at this pace. Like I see this long-term vision so easily in these people, and that helps me to keep them going. So it doesn't have to be one-on-one coaching with me. It could be something else, but you need some level of like some kind of coach or mentor to lean on, to like get advice from, whether it's directly or even just indirectly from watching their content, to help remind you of the vision of what could be, 6 months from now if you keep going. So those are the 6 big things. Now, all of those things, I don't know what's going on my phone. I have some notes and it's like glitching. All of those things are, oh my goodness. Wow. Well, that's nice. My phone just like completely blacked out. Wow. Okay, here we go. I think we're back. All of those things are included in the I Thrive Collective, which is my group coaching membership that you can sign up for. And yeah, my phone just went blank again. Wow, that's weird. That's nice that it's crashing. Just in time for the new iPhone release in like a week or two as well. But all of that stuff is included in the I Thrive Collective. And we will be starting a brand new challenge here next week, starting in September. There's going to be cash prizes for that challenge. We do these literally every single month inside of the I Thrive Collective, which, like I said, is my paid group coaching membership. And along with the challenge, it includes everything that I mentioned in those 6 points above. So inside of the collective, inside of my paid group, you get workouts updated every single month showing you exactly how to do each exercise. There's spreadsheets you can download to input your weights and your reps so you can keep track of your progress along the way. Workouts that are not just random workouts, but they're actually structured to have you build strength and muscle tone and shape along the way too. Inside of there, there's trainings, videos, courses showing you how to figure out your own nutrition needs, how to figure out how many calories and protein you need. There's ways too for you to participate in there and to unlock me figuring that stuff out for you. Inside of there, there's also obviously the community support. There's over 100 women inside of there, all on similar paths, sharing their journeys, sharing their struggles, sharing recipe, food ideas, all of that, which kind of brings me to my next thing. Like, there's simple recipe ideas in there. There's probably over 100 food and recipe and meal ideas already posted in there that are from people doing the same things that you're trying to do as far as lose weight. Like, they're on the go, they're busy, they don't have time to make these extravagant recipes like myself. Like, all of those ideas are in there too. And inside of there, you also get that external motivation that I mentioned with the challenges. Like, we're giving away in the month of August from August Challenge, $300 to the first place winner in there. And then also a secondary place winner, $100 is going to win for the social media challenge. And there's challenges every single month inside of there. Challenges based off of not just like the results you see, but based on the tasks that you do. And that's what's super key about these challenges, is that you can win cash prizes by completing your workouts, doing the things, doing the tasks that eventually get you to the results you want. And that's what I think is really cool about the way I set up these challenges in there too. And then also, every week there's a weekly coaching call where you can submit questions ahead of time of what you're struggling with, what your problem is, where you're at, where you're trying to go, and I'll answer those every single week for you. So you get that like mentor, that overall guidance that you need of somebody who's, been where you want to be, or been where you are and wants to get to where you, want to be, or is where you want to be. Jesus, can't talk today. Obviously, I'm a little rusty with these Facebook Lives from last week taking off. But and with the iThrive Collective, so this is where the announcement is. It's currently $25 a month to join. You can cancel at any time. Or for the Labor Day sale, you can buy or pay for an annual membership for just $240. So you save 20%, save $60 for signing up for an annual membership, and you get access to all of that stuff for an entire year, plus all of the monthly challenges. Like literally even just the monthly challenges alone without everything else is worth more than that based on like the prizes we give away. Like I'm giving away a couple $100 worth of stuff every single month, which like win one challenge one month and you literally pay for your whole entire year membership. So what I'll do is, and also too, if you join, and whether you pay for the month or you join for the year, and you go through the first month and you don't feel like you experienced well above the $20 worth of value. Now it's one thing if you join and then you just literally don't do anything with it. But if you join and actually participate and show up, and if you don't feel like you got $20 or more worth of value in there, I'll fully refund you all the money for that first month within 30 days. So what I'll do is I'll post a link to check out the iThrive Collective in the comments below. But would love to have you in there for September's challenge and even join, now a little bit before then. And also too, if you end up joining the iThrive Collective and you sign up for a year to save money, and let's say 6 months from now, you end up becoming a one-on-one client, you actually get the iThrive Collective for free as a one-on-one client. So what I'll do then is the remaining amount of money that you kind of paid for those remaining 6 months, you'll actually get that taken off of one-on-one coaching. So if you're kind of thinking, well, I think I want to sign up for one-on-one coaching in a few months, so I don't want to pay for the year, but you're unsure, like just pay for the year, if you want to get that discount, and then that remaining kind of prorated amount will be taken off of one-on-one coaching if you do sign up. So hopefully this was helpful. Looking forward to seeing you in there. Comment below if you have any questions on the collective, or DM me directly if you have any questions. Would love to answer any questions that you have possibly before joining. But this is going to be an awesome end of August and a really motivating beginning of like fall with the school year. Like this is the perfect time to build momentum leading into like the holidays, just 2 to 3 months away. That way you can make some progress leading into there, or at least learn the foundation that you need, so that way you're not going to go backwards in progress in the holidays. So that's it for today. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you inside the iThrive Collective.